This is the secret to scaling a cleaning business fast. You're gonna have more time, better profits, and happier cleaners. Trust me, starting a cleaning business can seem simple. Just think about it. Get some bags, get some rags, find some clients, get some work. But what separates the cleaning businesses that kind of scrape by from those earning $10,000 per month plus in their pocket is they avoid making the mistakes that keep most businesses stuck. In this video, I'm gonna walk you through these 3 traps that beginners fall into, show you how to overcome them, and by the end, you'll know exactly how to position yourself for success and set up this business that actually scales. All right, so starting it off with trap number 1. How will the people buying decide who's the one to trust? In the early 2000s, Apple was just another tech company. They weren't the cheapest and they weren't even the most advanced. But when they launched the iPod, the promise of 1,000 songs in your pocket. I mean, at the time hearing that, I was still walking around with a CD player, which at best could have 26 songs on it. Now, what this did, it allowed Apple to stand out from every other tech brand. And it put potential customers like myself at that time in a position where I just flat out couldn't resist. Now, think about that for your cleaning business. Are you just another name out there offering quality cleaning? If you are, you're blending in with the crowd and it's costing you money. In order to get around this, you need to position yourself as the obvious choice. This is exactly what Apple did back in the day. So here's how you do it with your cleaning service. The first thing you need to do is create a standout brand. Think clean, professional visuals that just scream reliability. Do not name your company after your last name or your initials. When it comes to logo, pick something modern. Get a basic website on something like Fiverr.com. Spend only a couple $100 there. And very important, get some uniforms for your team so you look like a cohesive unit. I mean, just these few things alone are gonna level your company up instantly in the eyes of your potential clients. All right, now the next thing you wanna do is you wanna specialize. People trust specialists more than generalists. Just think about it. If, God forbid, something was wrong with your heart, who would you rather see? The generalist or the cardiologist? Well, if you're like 99% of people, you answered cardiologist. And there's good reason for that. Why? Because they're the expert. They make all of their study, all of what they know is based on solving your problem. This is no different for cleaning services. I see a lot of people make this mistake when they go out there and they say, oh, I do residential, I do post-construction, I do commercial, and you put yourself in a position where you're not standing out for anything. So just like that cardiologist, really pick 1 to 2 industries and go all in on those industries. And the next thing you want to do is deliver confidence. I mean, your brand isn't just about random colors that you think are nice. It's about making your potential clients feel a certain way about you. So when it comes to picking your brand, pick some neutral colors and pick a strong message that conveys confidence and security that they can actually trust you. I mean, these small changes by themselves take you out of the category of just another cleaning company, and they elevate your status in the eyes of your customers, just like Apple did for most of us. Okay, common trap number 2. Here's something no one tells you. Working harder doesn't mean you're gonna get better results. It's about working smarter. That's something I've seen time and time again in my business career. But let me drive that point home. Back in the 90s, Amazon could have spent all of their time running random ad campaigns or just chasing every single customer online. But Jeff Bezos knew better. He knew that random tactics led to random results. So instead, he built a system to focus on customer experience. He refined it and then he scaled it into what we know as Amazon.com. Now think about your cleaning business the same way. Are you out there just randomly doing anything to get clients? Are you cold calling one day, DMing people the next day, and then moving on to the next idea when you think nothing is working? That is chaotic hustle. And I know it feels productive in the moment, but you're actually draining your time and energy. So in order to actually succeed, you need consistency. And the best way to do that is by creating a repeatable system. Now, here's an easy way to think about it so you can create one for yourself. The first thing you want to do is create one sales method and just commit to it for 30 days. Whether you're targeting property managers or running online ads or even going door to door, whatever you're doing, you must stick with it. Which brings me into number 2. You have to track your results. You cannot govern your business by feelings where I think that's working or I think that's working. No, you need to write it down. You need to put it on a spreadsheet. What is working? What didn't work? An example, I cold called for 30 days, dialed 100 people every single day. I typically got a hold of 10 and I booked 1 to 2 appointments per week, and I put out 1 proposal and I landed 0 clients. That is good data. This is why we need to track it, because that's going to tell you if this is something you should continue with or totally scrap it altogether. And now the next thing you want to do is figure out how you can automate and delegate your sales as much as possible. Whether that be finding somebody who can make those dials for you if you're cold calling, or if you're cold emailing, finding a strong software that you can just set up with your email sequences and just press play. The reason why this is important is not because I want anyone to be lazy, but if you can get these things locked in, this is going to help your business start growing and picking up momentum, even if you're feeling under the weather one day. You don't want this to 100% fall on your shoulders in the beginning. And most importantly, you're gonna avoid the chaos that burns so many beginners out. All right, now trap number 3. Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you worked, the money just didn't add up? This might be why. Now, keeping up with the theme of just elite companies, let's talk about Netflix back in the DVD rental days. See, they realized they were catering to the wrong audience. They were spending time and money serving customers who were fine with the old model, renting 1 DVD, taking it home for a few days, bringing it back, and just going 1 DVD at a time. But then one day, they decided to pivot towards streaming, and they focused on long-term subscribers, and that is when their growth skyrocketed. Now, take that energy and think about your cleaning business the same way. Are you stuck to catering one-off clients? Are you too focused on small jobs? Or are you taking customers that are just inconsistent in what kind of services they're looking for? Look, I know in the beginning it feels good just getting some customers to say yes, getting some money in your account, building some confidence. Look, I'm here for all of that. But the sad reality is that even though it's kind of fun in the beginning, those customers are actually wasting your time and, sadly, your profits. Because those clients, just like Netflix realized back in the day, were just not ultimately the ones that were going to take your business the furthest. So if that's you, here's how to shift that starting today. Step 1 is focus on contracts that guarantee recurring revenue. Larger offices, nice gyms, medical facilities, these types of offices that need consistent cleaning, that are willing to pay top dollar because they value more than anything reliability. Now, the next thing you want to do is get a relationships mindset, because when it comes to commercial and landing high ticket $5,000 to $10,000 per month contracts consistently, it's all about relationships. So an example would be, go out there and find some property managers locally. See if you can take them out for coffee. Buy them lunch even. People like property managers have the ability to unlock a lot of doors for you. Now, this isn't the only way to go about it, but it's a great way for beginners to start getting some clients before they really start marketing. Now, the next thing you want to do is position yourself as a partner, not just a service provider. Now, that is an underrated shift my wife and I made years ago when we started talking in terms of partner. And instead of pricing, we started talking in terms of investment, and we started talking in terms of relationships. Call it corny, call it whatever you want, but once we started talking in those terms, our clients started treating us in those terms, which is always a good thing. So the reason why they like that and the reason why it benefits them is because when you're a partner, you are much more worried about their needs than if you were just a service provider. Show clients how you're going to solve their long-term problems and not just clean up tomorrow's mess. So when you stop chasing the wrong clients, you're going to have more time, better profits, and happier cleaners. Trust me, this is the secret to scaling a cleaning business fast. And now that you know the 3 traps that are holding you back, the next step is to take action. Start building a brand that stands out, follow a system that works, and only target the types of clients that you see yourself servicing for years consistently. The ones who are actually going to contribute to you growing your business. And if you're ready to take your cleaning business to the next level, but you're like, sounds great, Mike, how do I get these high ticket contracts? Well, here's a step-by-step guide. You're gonna wanna check this video right now, and I'll show you how.